Buongiorno e benvenuti. My name is Roberto. I am in my late 40s and I live in the United States. I've been living in the United States since 2010 after having spent my first 32 years of life in Italy. And the reason I'm here on YouTube, on this channel that I just created, this is the very first video, is that I would like to teach you Italian for free, from scratch and forever. I would like you to learn Italian. And if you give me some time, every day or every other day or 3 times a week, I will do my best and I will teach Italian. After all, I'm a professional, I'm college educated, and I'm also a college educator. I am a professor of Italian studies in a state university in the southeast of the United States. And my work is to teach Italian to foreigners. I used to teach Italian to foreigners when I was in Italy too, but that was like short, and it took 3 years, the time of my Italian PhD, as a volunteer teaching Italian to basically Muslim people from Arab countries, Muslim language. And it was great. Then I relocated in the United States, and I started to go through an American PhD in which I was required to teach undergrad Italian language classes, and of course with language it comes culture. And the reason why I would like to teach you, public of YouTube, Italian from scratch for free and forever is that I am very passionate about being an ambassador of my language, of my culture, of my country. And teaching in college is very rewarding, extremely rewarding, but I think that teaching on a huge platform where eventually everybody could go would be such an adventure, such a journey. And the point is, basically, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to sell courses or master classes or anything of the sort. My motto, if we can call it a motto, is teach Italian from scratch, meaning you're not supposed to have any previous knowledge of Italian or any other Romance language or Latin or Greek, ancient Latin or ancient Greek. You're not, so from scratch, for free, meaning you just watch my videos and eventually do some exercise on your own. You try to immerse as much as possible in the language. Now with technology, with internet, is extremely easy to do so you can do it on your own. I can give away some resources and tell you some resources that you can use. The web is very full of very good willing people teaching languages, and among all the languages they also teach Italian. And my point is, why Italian? Why should you start at any age to learn Italian? Well, there are so many reasons. Of course, the language, the Italian language, is a portal to 3,000 years old culture with all the great achievements and the greatness that we all know. Just Google Italy and all the beauties of Italy, all the deliciousness of Italy, and all the historic accomplishment and cultural accomplishment and artistical and philosophical and social accomplishment of Italy are clear. So my reason for teaching Italian is not so much to open that gate, and let you go and experience, even though, of course, when you know Italian, when you know some Italian, or even when you know a good Italian, you can do that. My reason is a little bit more subtle, and I would like to create in you a new little habit, a new little time for yourself, a time that is just yours, a times in which you have pleasure, intellectual pleasure. And although sometimes learning a language is frustrating, although sometimes, it's when we forget words, when we cannot express what we want to express, we can be disappointed. But still, the pleasure of learning is one of the subtlest pleasures of life. And even though you're not like 2 or 3 years old, you can still learn very well. Your brain has so much capacity, so much room, even when you're 60 and 70, and so much room to store and to first learn and then acquire. And that's another good step. I don't want to anticipate too much because I have so many things to tell about the structure of the class, but that will go in other videos. The point is, we will first, and for a pretty long time, and in a pretty fun and direct way, learn, consciously learn, memorize, practice, do exercise, do repetition, and do some readings and listenings in Italian. And the second step, if you have the patience and you stay with me long enough, will be, according to the theories of second language acquisition, the most valued theories of the last 50 or so years, is going to be acquiring Italian. So the first step, the first part of my, let's call it course class of Italian will be learning Italian. And then after that, I will lead you through acquiring Italian. And so you will be completely into Italian, and that language will be part of your brain. For these introductory videos, of which this is the first, I have chosen 2 books that I think are extremely helpful. And one is Atomic Habits by James Clear, and another one is a book in translation, in English translation, from a French author, and is Stanislas Dehaene, How We Learn. I will talk more in details about those 2 books and how they do relate to our topic, learning in general and learning Italian in particular, in a later video. But for now, I just wanted to introduce myself, to to start on YouTube, because this is the very first video I have ever done and I will ever upload on YouTube. So I wanted to introduce myself, to say what I have to offer, which is 20 years or so of professional teaching and scholarly studying languages, especially Neo-Latin or Romance languages, and telling you that I would love to teach you Italian, the Italian language, and consequently and unavoidably with it comes Italian culture, because the 2 things are 2 faces of the same coins. So that's it. So thank you for listening, and coraggio!